Oh, he's more like.
CID, DS Daly. Paula. Of course I remember you. You called me a gutless pig when your Terry got sent down. I arrested Terry Gibson last year for nicking high-performance cars to order.
So what's his wife want?
So she's worried about him. Not getting on too well with his fellow inmates.
What, and that's our problem?
Nope.
So why are we going to see her?
The cars Terry stole were being resprayed, vamped up and ferried out to Eastern Europe. He got 3 years, but we never even touched the back end of the operation. Paula Gibson wants our help. She's going to have to trade.
Well, you can't watch your back every minute of the day. Not in prison, no one can.
Well, Terry must have known that phone cards are the same as cash inside.
I'm surprised he's got himself into debt.
Oh, it looks easy for you, doesn't it? Come on, darling, we're doing much telling. Terry only borrowed the phone cards because he was worried about this one. Jason fell off a climbing frame and they had to keep him in hospital.
How did he borrow them off?
Sit down for a minute, darling. Well, I don't know.
But it's the same inmate who was threatening him.
Yes.
Well, who is it then?
Well, you won't tell me.
Well, he's asked him to smuggle drugs in.
Yes.
Come on, Paula, I need a bit more than this.
Why? Are you going to help him or not?
Oh, we're here, aren't we? Look, Paula, you did the right thing calling us.
Terry got told someone would be in touch with me and hand over a package to smuggle in next time I visit. But I'm not doing it, not even to help Terry. They'd have me suss the minute I went in the gate because I'd be shaking from nerves. I got my child to think of.
Of course you have.
So then I offered to smuggle in a load of phone cards, but he said it's too late for that now. They're absolute animals in there. I've never seen Terry scared like that.
So why doesn't Terry just tell the officers on the wing that he's been threatened?
What, and spend the next 2 years on the seg? With all the nonces and all the perverts? I think he'd rather get cut.
Well, let's hope it don't come to that. You say Terry's been told arrangements have been made for someone to contact you?
Yes, but I told him no way. He's not to go tell anyone where we live. I don't want no one like that round here.
And what about if we were right behind you?
Do you want to get me killed?
Well, we'd offer protection for you and the kid afterwards.
Yeah, and then what about Terry? Because he'd only be dead meat. You really don't give a toss about him, do you?
Unless we can get Paula to receive the drugs, I don't think we can get much more out of the situation.
Well, perhaps you should start from the other end. There's a new security governor at Shadwell. Have you talked to him?
I don't know him, Gov.
Mike Wade. He contacted me when he started. He's very keen. Now, if there's any drugs going into his prison, he'll want to know about it.
I'm more interested in where the drugs are coming from on the outside.
So am I. But Mike's determined to enforce a very proactive drugs policy at Shadwell. He might come up with some useful intelligence. I'll give him a call.
OK, thanks, Gov.
I remember Terry Gibson. He'd been into nicking cars since he was a kid.
Well, it's about time he was banged up then.
I did a post-sentencing interview on another young con last week. Not at Shadwell, but up at Whiteside. He'd been cut from here to here. Said it was self-inflicted.
Everyone's a volunteer in prison.
Oh, come on, Sarge. Terry's not much of an hard man, is he?
That's not my problem. All I want's some useful intelligence.
But it's the wife who came to see us.
So?
Well, she's done nothing wrong.
Jeff, I talked to Mike Wade. Now, apparently, Terry Gibson's got a visit booked for this afternoon.
Paula didn't say she was seeing him today, did she?
Well, it might be useful for you to be down there. Now, Mike's agreed to let you monitor the visit, so get yourself down there. Jamila, are you busy?
No, sir.
Right, get hold of Rod and go with DS Daly. And be prepared to follow Terry Gibson's visitor if something goes down.
Any idea who was threatening him?
No, he's on E-wing. The main man over there is Frank Gold. He's serving 7 years for drug dealing and GBH. All the intelligence reports from the officers on the wing indicate that it's Frank Gold who controls the supply of phone cards, money and drugs. And we're certain that he uses bullying and violence to get what he wants.
So what sort of drugs is he handling?
Cannabis is the favourite. Cocaine and heroin as well. If we can nail him, I'll be delighted.
How's it coming in?
The visits, mainly. We carry out rub-down searches, but we can't strip search visitors without authorization. And we've no reason to suspect the wives and girlfriends of most of the inmates. Well, not unless we've been tipped off.
So who's Terry's visitor this afternoon? It's not his wife.
No, the VO's made out to a Susan Gaynor, Sun Hill address. We've checked all Terry's previous visiting orders, but she's not visited him before.
So it's possible she could pass him something?
If we let her get that far.
There's Terry.
Oh, she got through then?
Either she's clean or she knows the routine.
She's nice looking. A lot classier than Paula.
These guys?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade asked me to give you these.
Susan Gaynor.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect her out for a while yet.
OK, thanks.
Terry doesn't seem to be enjoying himself very much. He looks nervous to me.
Well, they often are. They get used to the routine. It can be an emotional upheaval having a visit.
Especially if it's with your bit on the side, eh?
Something's happening.
Well, I didn't catch anything, did you?
No. Nothing.
Hang on. What's this? That could have been it.
You're kidding.
Don't worry. All prisoners are searched after visits. If he's got something on him, we'll find it.
Doesn't help us find where it came from.
Rod?
Sierra Oscar from 251 receiving, over.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamila.
Yellow Fiat Punto. Index number Papa 610 Yankee Charlie Yankee.
Cannabis. Tucked inside his shoe.
Bit of a risk, wasn't it?
Obviously didn't fancy the other alternative. Mike Wade. Yeah, for you.
Jim Carver.
Terry Gibson's visitor gave the name Susan Gaynor and a made-up address. The registered keeper of the car she's driving is a Sally Gale, with no previous. The car's owned by a company called Flimsies in Sun Hill.
OK. Well, Terry had cannabis on him, but we're not sure who passed it to him. Right. No, just stick with her. Cheers. Well, it looks like Terry's visitor gave a false name and address on the VO.
It's common enough. Doesn't necessarily incriminate her.
What about Terry?
We had enough in him to charge him with more than just personal use. Yeah, we could throw the book at him. You know Jess Daly from Sun Hill?
I thought I was being adjudicated internally.
That's right. But he has some questions.
Why should I talk to him? If it wasn't for him, I'd be at home with me, Ben.
I'm sure you would.
You lot have been picking on me since I was 13. I've never hurt anybody. I just like cars, that's all.
Oh, don't waste my time, Terry. I'm only here because of Paula.
Never.
Said she's worried about you. Asked for my help. Said you've been threatened. Is she right? Paula says you owe money for phone cards from when your son had an accident.
Nah. I got that sorted.
What have your dealings been with Frank Gold?
Nothing. I told you, it's all sorted.
And your visitor this afternoon? Who's she? Seemed pretty friendly. Known her long, have you?
Excuse me. Sally Gale.
Yes?
I'm Detective Constable Skase. This is WPC Blake of Sun Hill. Do you mind if we have a quick word?
Sorry about the mess. I run my own little business from home and I'm giving a sales party later.
Sales party? How does that work then?
Well, a lot of women are too shy to go into a shop and try on items like this. So I create a more adventuresome atmosphere. I do very well.
Sure you do.
I believe you visited Shadwell Prison this afternoon.
That's right.
Who did you go to see?
Terry Gibson.
Known him long?
A while.
Did you give Terry anything during the visit?
Just a little TLC.
When he left the visits room, he was found to be in possession of cannabis. Do you know where he got it from?
Absolutely no idea. Frankly, I'm amazed.
Did you notice anyone else give anything to Terry during the visit? Anything at all?
Probably one of the screws planted it.
You entered the prison using this visiting order?
Yes.
In the name of Susan Gaynor with a false address.
I don't like being checked up on. It's bad enough the way the screws look at you. Make it obvious they think you're scum just because you've a friend who happens to be in prison.
Does Paula know you visit Terry?
Paula? What do you think?
I'm asking you.
No, well, she wouldn't, would she?
Cannabis? Well, why the hell am I bothering to try and protect him? Do you think I enjoy talking to you? It's bad enough already having to drag my kid up there, letting him see his dad like that. What happens now?
He'll be adjudicated from within the prison.
Who do you find to bring drugs in then?
We can't be sure.
Oh, you had a visit?
Yeah. That's where you can help us, Paula. If he's called someone else in to get him out of this mess, we want to know.
Well, he didn't tell me nothing.
See, if we can trace the drugs back to where they came from, it's going to help convince the governor that Terry was an unwilling courier.
Can't you tell the governor that anyway?
Yeah, but if the prison understand the pressure he was under, it's bound to help his adjudication. You asked us to help you.
Yeah, I know.
See, Terry's problems on the wing are far from over. Having these drugs confiscated has just dug him in deeper.
He only borrowed phone cards because he was worried about Jason.
I know.
So why doesn't he ever think of us? I swear it's worse for the families than it is for them.
So, might Terry have turned to some old pals for help?
He's going to lose remission now, isn't he? Or we'll be on closed visits, stuck behind a glass screen with some screw listening to every word. Jason's going to love that, isn't he?
Paula, Terry stole cars to order. No one else went down. Someone owes him a favour.
That's all you're after, isn't it? Because you don't care about us.
OK, Paula, if you won't help us, there's nothing more we can do.
You don't know what I go through. They even searched Jason's clothes, and what now? I'm going to be strip searched. I don't think I can cope with it anymore.
Give us some names, Paula.
I can't. Look, I don't care a monkey's about any of those people who got Terry into trouble. But if I finger any one of them to you, they're going to make sure I don't have a friend in the world.
Look, the thing is, we don't know if Terry's visitor this afternoon was the drugs courier. They could just have been good friends.
What do you mean?
Well, they seem pretty chummy.
What are you saying?
I'd say they were pretty close, wouldn't you, Jim? Very attractive lady.
But he was found with drugs. Why else would she be visiting him? What are you trying to tell me? Terry's got another woman?
That's the problem, Paula. We don't know. Terry won't tell us who she was. And I've no other way of finding out.
What, so you're just going to leave it like that?
Well, what else can we do? We want to help. We've run out of leads.
Nearly a year Terry has been inside, okay? And 2 more to go. That's if they don't have something on because of this. Do you know what it's like?
Pretty tough, I imagine.
Pretty tough, you imagine? You might lock him up, okay? But you don't have a clue. All right? Terry's the father of my child, okay? He's all I've got.
He's lucky you've stood by him. Despite everything.
Well, if he's been two-timing me after all we've been through.
You've got to help us on that, Paula. Come on. Who would he ring?
I'm only telling you this, right? Because Terry is in trouble. Okay, you've got to make sure that he knows that.
Who?
Go and see Dave Harmon. Right? He's got the garage on Mayola Street, but you tell him that I don't mean to make any mischief, okay? It's just for Terry.
Looks interesting. Might get something out of the day's work after all.
Get something out of tormenting Paula Gibson, you mean?
Look, for all we know, Sally Gale might just be Terry's bit on the side. Dave Harmon.
In the office.
Clearment components, £200. Supposed to be paid 4 weeks ago.
I paid it.
Dave Harmon.
Are you sure? Who wants him?
DS Daly, Son Hill.
What's it all about?
Terry Gibson.
Never heard of him, mate.
He's in a spot of bother. His wife, Paula, said you may be able to help. She wouldn't ask unless it was serious.
He's doing bird, isn't he?
That's right. He's not been in contact recently.
Not since he went down. You always this nosy, mate.
What's the trouble?
Terry's got himself into debt to another inmate. Has he been in contact with either of you?
No, not at all.
Do you know if he's friendly with a woman called Sally Gale?
Oh, she's the one that does those naughty underwear parties, isn't she?
So you know her then?
No, I've never met her. Never even spoken to her.
Look, does Terry know her?
How the hell should we know, mate? Look, I've got work to do. Please, if you don't mind.
I don't see how we can get any further, Gov. Paula wants nothing to do with any drugs, and we haven't got enough on Sally Gale for a search warrant.
Well, you're going to have to find something.
You any suggestions?
Mike word around while you were out. He suggested we go back to some intelligence from 18 months ago. It's a prisoner called Paul Bennett. That's his address. Now, he followed a similar pattern to Terry Gibson. A couple of the officers noticed he was being intimidated by Frank Gold. 2 weeks later, he was found with drugs on him after a visit.
Is he still in Shadwell?
No, he left over a year ago.
OK.
I don't want Frank Gold sitting in that prison thinking he can get away with anything.
DS Daly, Son Hill. This is DC Carver. We're looking for Paul Bennett.
You're 3 months too late. He's back inside on remand.
And you are?
His mother. What do you want?
We believe he had some trouble when he was in Shadwell prison.
Fat lot anybody cared then.
Can we come in?
Black and blue he was from the beatings he got. Said he used to cry himself to sleep. And he's been right nasty since he come out after that stretch. He'd never been vicious like that before.
And he was found with drugs after a visit.
Only way they'd leave him alone, he had to do it.
Who were the drugs for? Do you know?
Of course I know. Frank Gold. He ran everything in there. Paul was petrified of him.
Who took the drugs in?
I don't know, some friend of Gold's.
Man or woman?
Woman? Well, it's got to be, hasn't it? Pass something over without being seen.
And you don't know her name, do you? No.
OK, thanks for your help, Mrs. Bennett. Hello, Mrs. Harmon.
Dave's out on a job.
Never mind. You said when we spoke to you before, you know Sally Gale?
No. I said I heard she gave those parties. A friend of mine went along there.
So how well do you know Paula?
Not very well. She's a lot younger than me.
But you've reason to be a little grateful to her.
What do you mean?
Well, when her old man went down, he didn't take anybody with him, did he?
Look, I told you, we haven't heard from Terry, honest.
Terry's got himself in debt to a fellow inmate, Frank Gold. You recognise the name?
Look, I'm sorry for Paula's problem. She rang me after you left. But I didn't tell her anything either. I can't get involved. I didn't.
So you know what Frank Gold's like, then? If Terry can't settle his debts, then Frank might send someone after Paula and the kids.
He's got a nasty reputation, I know that.
If you know anything about him, or Sally Gale, nobody need know it came from you.
Well, you must know they're an item, surely. Can't be any harm in telling you that.
What, Sally Gale and Frank Gold?
Yeah, it's only been together since he got arrested. Then it's been a prison romance. They say that Sally's just after Frank's business. She'll keep him sweet in jail, but by the time he comes out, he'll be working for her.
Hello, Sally. Got a warrant to search your premises. Okay. It's for you. Right, please, could you all calm down, settle down, please? This is the police. Just stay where you are, thank you.
What are my customers going to think? I'm trying to run a business here.
Who for, you or Frank Gold?
You're not going to search us too, are you?
We will if we have to.
Well, you better have this then. It's not mine. I haven't paid for anything. It's hers. She gave it to me.
Sarge,
Something to make a romantic evening go with a swing, eh?
I know nothing about it. I want a lawyer.
Yeah, me too. You're not going to charge us with anything, are you?
Stupid cow.
Found there's more profit in drugs than knickers, eh, Sally?
Sarge! I found this on the kitchen table, along with the crisps.
Right, I'm arresting you for possession, with intent to supply. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
In your dreams.
Right, I'll grab a coffee and look at the file on Frank Gold, then we can start the interview.
What about Paula Gibson, Sarge?
What about her?
You are going to let her know what happened.
I'll ring the prison. They'll take everything into account when Terry's adjudicated.
You've got to put her out of her misery, Sarge. You deliberately let her think that Sally was Terry's girlfriend.
Sarge, do you fancy taking a look at David Harmon's garage tomorrow?
Yeah, let's check how many of them cars were actually brought in by their owners.
I think we should go and see Paula, Sarge.
Well done, Jeff. Good result. I'll have a word with Mike Wade before you interview Sally Gale, and he can fill you in on when she visited Frank Gold.
OK, go.
Got Terry Gibson moving first thing in the morning. I don't think you'd want to be there when Frank Gold finds out we got his lady friend in custody. Oh, and I hope you're keeping Terry's wife informed. She took a big risk coming to us in the first place.
Oh, of course, Gov.
So this woman who was visiting him, she was sent by the bloke who was threatening to knife Terry. Yeah, she's definitely his girlfriend.
Frank Gold, yes.
And Terry had never met her before.
No.
Terry's not the first prisoner she's done this to.
Oh, so you've done okay out of this, haven't you?
Terry will be moved to another prison for his own protection.
Do you know where he's going?
No.
Well, don't expect me to say thanks. Because it will be somewhere miles away. God knows how we're supposed to get there.
Oh, I'm sure you'll manage.
Don't suppose you've any idea what you've put me through this afternoon, have you? Worst day of my life this has been.
Terry's a lucky man, Paula. Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, well, I'll know better next time.